Nick Shirley made a video about the big protest. And people have asked me a lot to watch this. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to see it.
They've imported hostile, violent men into our communities, and then they've tried to smear us as racist or extremists for wanting protection of our women.
This is the revolt. This is the peasants revolting.
He needs to stop branding hard-working Brits as for far right. We just want to be heard, and he's ignoring us.
At the end of the day, do you think a civil war is inevitable here?
Yeah, it's been going on for years. I don't recognise my country no more.
Keir Starmer is like an actual traitor.
Today we're here.
I agree with that. See, you got that guy right there, that Viking. Yeah, I agree. That's my guy.
Streets of London. We had the Big Ben right behind us here today, and today it's set to be one of the biggest marches in the history of the United Kingdom. Hundreds of thousands of people are set to come in from all across the United Kingdom to come into the streets of London today. Right now, over 4,000 police officers have been employed into London, and they're using new facial recognition cameras to track who comes in and out of the protest.
Facial recognition,
that has never happened before, and at all of the major stations like King's Cross, they have new cameras that have facial recognition, and they're tracking quite literally everyone that comes.
Look at all those cameras.
King's Cross. That is something that has never happened before, and at all of the major stations like King's Cross, they have
1, 2, 3, 4 cameras. Oh my God.
New cameras that have facial recognition, and they're tracking quite literally everyone that comes into this protest, and they have even banned journalists from entering into the United Kingdom to cover this event. Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, has been outspoken against those that are attending this march, saying that this march is led by convicted thugs and people that are spreading division and hate here inside the United Kingdom. He called it racist, actually.
Tomorrow's march in London is a reminder of what we're up against in the battle of our values.
Our values.
The organisers, including convicted thugs and racists, are peddling hatred and division. Plain and simple.
So today we're going to be speaking with everyone here in the streets of London to see what's going on and what they have to say about what they are fighting for, as this is called the Unite the West march here in the streets of London. How do you guys feel about what your Prime Minister said about those that attend this march today?
He's a disgrace. He's an absolute disgrace. So he is. I'm not far right. I don't have a criminal record. I'm a pensioner. I fear for my grandchildren.
And what do you fear for your grandchildren?
Because of all the illegal immigrants that's coming here, and they're getting everything going. I have 2 sons, can't even get on the property market.
And why do you think Keir Starmer would call people like you racist for
Shut it down.
This march?
Shut down conversation.
He's frightened. He's frightened. He's on his way out anyway, and the sooner the better.
Your message to Keir Starmer?
Resign for the country's good, you tyrant.
He's calling you guys racist for being out here today.
He's full of shit, as we all know.
Now we've made it here to the start of the march. You can hear the chants already. Everyone is yelling, Keir Starmer is a wanker.
Damn.
Look at this, thousands of people in the streets right now.
I don't see how, like, the messaging isn't more obvious when you have one group of people that are flying the flags of that country, and you have another group of people that are flying flags of foreign countries. I wonder which group you should side with if you want the best interest for that country. It's insane that people can't see this obvious distinction and recognize it for what it is.
Chanting Keir Starmer is a wanker. We have Keir Starmer on top of a right now.
How you doing?
How are you doing? Keir Starmer on top of a...
He's a
Do you feel like this is the Great Britain you grew up in?
No. Do you think it's a Great Britain we grew up in? No. Not so great now.
No.
It's an embarrassment to the world, what this government's doing.
What do you guys think about Keir Starmer blocking journalists from coming into the United States?
It's disgusting, isn't it? Yeah, it's only for one thing, because they say things you don't like. You say things Keir Starmer don't like, he likes to block you. I'm surprised you managed to sneak through, to be fair, mate. I've just been watching you, in Cuba.
I'm a bit surprised as well that they let me in.
I don't know, you managed to sneak
through. And how come
you
you think here they're attacking freedom of speech?
Well, I know why. It's because they've got their own narrative, haven't they? I mean, I don't go all into it, but it all stems from after the war. They started implementing all these systems of anti-racism, and it just come to a point now where white man's not listened to. It's not about what black or white, but native people are just not listened to in the country anymore. And it's just, put it this way, there's a Sikh guy stabbed a white kid the other day.
Damn, he even knows about the same thing I talked about.
and the police arrested the white kid because the Sikh guy said he said something racist. They handcuffed him, he sat on the floor, bled out and died a couple of days ago. Somebody Novak, his name is, young college kid, look it up, mate.
And what brings you guys out here today?
Wow, you know what it's like, mate. It's tyranny in this country, absolute diabolical. They're against us English.
Future, my friend. You can't keep pouring one country into this one, expect it's going to turn.
The thing is that, like, going to Britain and interviewing people like this is exactly, dude, this is, look at this guy. I mean, there he is. I mean, dude, his family's probably been living here for like 1,000 years. I mean, the most British guy you can imagine. I know. John Britain, yeah.
Now, they've got different cultures, different ideologies, and different ways of living. We want to keep our culture. I've got a granddaughter. When in 30 years' time, when she grows up, I want her to recognise the England I was born in. And if we keep pouring into this country, there's going to be nothing left.
In what ways is the England that you grew up in different than the England that your grandchildren are growing up in?
Because we keep pouring in these different cultures, these different religions into this country. Yeah. And we've seen how the Islam goes. You spread Islam across the world, you spread Islam across Europe. It destroys everything on its path, on its way. I've got nothing against refugees coming in, as long as they're vetted. And we understand who they are and what they are. Come and respect our culture, come and respect our people. That's all we ask.
And Keir Starmer has called the organizers of that thugs and racist, and has said that you guys are pushing division and hate here inside the country.
Keir Starmer shouldn't even be there. He's hanging on by
shouldn't
a thread,
even be there.
He knows he is. It's his last chance for his last chance to stand against us people. He's been calling us far-right fascists and Nazis. Can you see any far-right fascists and Nazis around here? I see grandparents, I see parents, I see soldiers, I see everyone else. It's my grandson. We're not far right, we're not fascists, we're not Nazis, we're just people who want a future for this country, and that's all we're after.
Do you think he'll ever get to the point?
Jesus. Oh man. Look at, oh God. He's cooking? He is, man. These guys really know.
Here where people have to actually defend the country and bear up arms.
Yeah, because nobody's listening to anybody. They're just doing what they want to do. They're not asking us what we want.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right. I'm here for the love of Christ.
The march has
Jesus, man.
officially begun. Tommy is right behind us now, leading the march. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people are out here in the streets of London.
He's got a fishing pole? Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this man. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for blessing him and keeping him and continue to bless him and cover him in all ways. In Jesus' precious name, amen.
Amen. There we go.
I think that a very big component of this is absolutely racial and religious. And I think that fundamentally, you know, Britain and Europe as a greater whole is a Christian society. And when you bring in people that are not from that Christian society and they're doing things a lot different, you're going to have a lot of culture clash. You're going to have a lot of problems. And fundamentally, I think this is also like, there's like, you know, there's a Venn diagram with this and race and ethnicity, right? I mean, very clearly, because the countries that they're coming from were shaped from Islamic ideology. And so the way that they do things is going to be basically the same way that, you know, like Muslims do things, because that's the way that the laws are written. And so the problem is that you can't have a society, for example, that allows people to, let's say, be gay, and also it allows people to have a religion that says that you should kill people that are gay. Like, one of these things has to overrule the other, or you're going to have constant conflict and constant problems. Like, you can't have these things that are diametrically opposed, that are just, like, completely opposites of each other, put them together, and then assume that nothing's going to go wrong. Like, it's engineered chaos. Well, they did? Yeah, apparently not. At the same time, we've had tons of culture clashes. It's been fine. The reason why culture clashes have been fine is because there is a resounding residual culture that there is no real culture clash. It's somebody, you know, is able to do like some little piece of bullshit in like some area that doesn't really matter. Like there's not really a culture conflict. It's just somebody is able to exist inside of another culture. It's a very big difference.
to Britain praying for me.
Good to hear you. Oh my God! Take your photo.
People in London.
Come here, quick. Yes.
And ma'am,
oh my God.
they're calling people like you a racist for being out here today.
I was an NHS worker. I worked for the NHS. I was a medical emergency nursing assistant. I lost my job for showing a post from the government website how much asylum seekers get when they come to the UK.
Wow.
I was sacked for gross misconduct straight away. Never had a complaint about me ever in my life. So I'm here to support my nurses.
So you've been attacked by the government for speaking out against mass immigration?
Yes, I was a NHS nursing assistant. I was a medical emergency, and I lost my job through freedom to speak, and I'm going to be here. I'm going to show freedom to speak in the UK, and we're going to show it today.
So you have the march coming from right here, and then you have a whole other group of people, a whole other sea of people meeting up right here. Very well. Could be a million.
She got fired for being a whistleblower, or she got fired for saying something that they disagreed with. It's slightly different.
Here in the streets of London today. You have the police on the outskirts of the march, and check this out. They have these cameras right here surveilling each and every single one of the protesters. See those cameras right there? They use those to survey the people.
Somebody says it's not just Islam, it's Sikhs, Hindus, and Jewish. They all want to implement their way, do not integrate. Yeah, and I think that's another big component is that Islam is probably the largest group that's a secondary group. But you're right that it's fundamentally, like, I mean, this is really what it comes down to. And I think that people should become more comfortable saying this. Like, you just don't want that there. Like, whatever you're going to do that in your country. Don't come over here and then expect to be accommodated to do it here. That's it. And, like, you can call that whatever you want. You can make up whatever justification that it's okay for you to say that. But at the end of the day, I think that's the way a lot of people feel. It is. Overwhelmingly, that's right. I think a lot of people feel. Culture is being imported into our countries. Yeah. I don't think that people want to live in a country that is fundamentally different than where they grew up in. So, like, for example, whenever you bring in a bunch of people from another culture and they're adding in their religious traditions, they're adding in the way that they do things. Like, I've always used the example, right? I mean, you don't go to Turkey and then say that the prayer, calls or the prayer bells are waking you up in the morning because they do the 5, prayer bells because of Islam. Like, you don't go to Turkey and do that. If you don't like that there, then get the fuck out of Turkey. And I feel like the same thing is true with Western countries, but for some reason, we've been poisoned into believing that any sort of conservation of our culture or our religion or our identity or anything, any type of cultivation or conservation of it is seen as evil. I don't think that's true. I think a lot of people are tired of being told that they're evil because they just simply want to live in a country that they grew up in. It's racist. Well, you can call it whatever you want, right? I mean, that's my mentality on it, is that, like, if you think that it's racist, that's totally fine. That's your prerogative. But at the end of the day, this is the opinion that I have, and it's the opinion I think a lot of other people have too. Like, you have whatever opinion you want.
And then they have the body cameras as well.
That's what I think.
They have those cameras right there for any evidence, for any footage that they may need. Mass surveillance here in the streets of the United Kingdom. Your sign says...
Nick Shirley!
Oh,
hello.
Oh, my goodness. Hello, Nick Shirley.
Nice to meet you. Your sign says, we did not vote for open borders, digital ID, higher taxes, two-tier policing, loss of free speech, files in politics, higher cost of living, Starmer out, restore
I got a lot in common with them.
What's your message to Keir Starmer today?
Keir Starmer's a wanker. Everything in the mandate is backtracked on. He's added things in that wasn't mandated. Like,
I think that these people, one of the things that it seems like they're doing is that they're really attached to Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer is simply a symptom of a disease. Eventually, Keir Starmer will leave, and this problem will remain. So as much of a negative aura retard loser he isn't really the problem. It's the idea that's the problem. It's the policy.
Digital ID. It doesn't listen to the British public. He's just had a landslide vote and he's still...
The reason I'm saying this is, like, I don't want to see somebody like Keir Starmer step down. These people think that they've won a false victory, and then the policy continues under a different person, which is, I think, possible.
Is ignorant.
He needs to go.
He needs to stop branding hard-working Brits as far right. We just want to be heard, and he's ignoring us.
How do you feel about the mass surveillance here of your government?
I feel like if you can do that to your own people, why can't you monitor more closely the people you're letting in who are abusing our women and children, who are taking taxpayers' money, who are living better lives than the people who are working really hard in this country, who live here, who are proud of where we are. We don't oppose immigration. We just don't want to have them prioritised above us. We're losing our culture and identity. It's not fair. We've had enough.
And why do you think Keir Starmer and your politicians are calling people out here racist, saying this is pushing division here inside the United Kingdom?
I wish I knew the answer to that question, but I really don't. I ask myself this all the time. All I know is he's not serving the British public, and these numbers prove it.
The march continues to get bigger and bigger. Right now we're in Trafalgar Square. It's completely filled, and all the way down to Parliament Square is completely filled as well. We're gonna go interview Tommy in just a moment, but I want to tell you guys about the sponsor of this video, and that is Opus Clip. What used to just be an AI clipper has now become the most powerful AI growth tool for creators. And me,
you can't just focus on him.
Opus on my own, and I've received over 15.
It's the same thing I said about Trump, right? With like Democrats, their entire ideology is built around being anti-Trump. Like, I mean,
1 million views
after
on
Trump's
a single
gone, the same
Facebook
problems
page
are going to be
just
there.
From using clips from Opus. What you do is you upload your YouTube videos or your videos in general into Opus, and then it'll go through and clip those.
So by your logic, people who are Europe originally and converted to Islam should just leave? I don't think that they should just leave, but they shouldn't expect the culture to cater to them. Does that make sense? So like, for example, like if you have a religion and your religion says that you can have multiple wives, that doesn't mean that now the country has to accommodate your religion. So I have no problem. You can think whatever you want, do whatever you want to do privately. But the moment that you start doing things publicly and you start trying to change things and make them more suitable for yourself, then this leaves the realm of you doing what you're doing, and now you want other people to do what you're doing. That's a big difference.
Videos using the power of AI, and then you can then bulk schedule those videos onto your platforms like TikTok, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, and then those videos go ahead and get posted to all of your platforms. And they just came out their new AI editor 3.0 that comes with smarter auto framing, better virality scoring, and brand new captions. I love Opus. It makes it super simple to post your videos and get your content to go quite literally everywhere. And right now, for you guys watching this video, they're going to hook you guys up with 4 months at 50% off. All you have to do is go to the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment down below. 4 months.
Well, and it's also, it's not even keep your religion to yourself. It's that there is a dominant religion in these regions. And in Europe, the dominant religion is Christianity. And in America, the dominant religion is Christianity. In India, the dominant religion is Hinduism. In Saudi Arabia, the dominant religion is Islam. If you have a problem with that being the dominant religion, leave. Get out. That's it. Like, it's that simple. Like, and if you have a problem with that or anything else, then go to a place where they're okay with you being that way. That's it. It's super simple.
% off. I promise. Give Opus a try. It is well worth it.
Telling me to leave Israel?
To the protest. Tommy, you've done it again.
We've done it.
March.
We're leading a revolution in Britain, right?
From here in the middle of
You
Whitehall.
had your revolution through the election ballot box with Donald Trump. We're having ours right now on the street.
The entire streets of Whitehall all the way to Trafalgar are full of people. And what does this say about the current state of the United Kingdom? What do the Brit and people want?
It says that the public are ready. We're ready, right? We've been asleep for too long.
Ready for what?
We're ready to fight for our country, right? We're ready. And what you're witnessing now is a formation and an organisation. We're going to spread this through every town and city, and we're getting ready for the Battle of Britain in 2029. Our next election is the most important election in this country's history, because the enemy are no longer invading on the borders where they are, but the enemy's here. They're here. They're here, and they're betraying us.
Why has your government betrayed the people of Great Britain?
They've tried to replace us, just like they did in Minnesota. Why do you think Somalia is the hottest place in the world, yeah? They're living in Minnesota. They didn't choose there. They were put there. They were put there. Just think what they've done there, and think of what you exposed, and think that they all knew it was happening, but they turned a blind eye.
This guy knew.
But they turned a blind eye to them raping their way through our country. Because they're importing voters. They're replacing us. They have 6, 7 kids. We don't. They're bringing people in to replace us that are loyal to them, that want to be dependent on the state. But we don't.
Right.
The far left have had
it's the
their...
exact thing that I've said.
revolution, yeah? They've had it. Open borders, breakdown of the family, attacking nationalism, patriotism. They've had it. A successful revolution. You're witnessing today the counter-revolution.
The counter-revolution, civil war come 2029 if nothing happens.
We need to win at the ballot box in 2029. Now, to do that, you have to get the 50% of non-voters. You need to captivate them, electrify them, and give them back that sense of identity and belief that they matter. Today, everyone here knows they matter.
And your message to the rest of the West, for those that aren't here, that don't see what's happening every day here in Britain, what would you say the reality of life is?
The reality of life is women are scared, they can't walk the streets, our daughters are being raped, they've took the safety of our nation. They've imported hostile, violent men into our communities, and then they've tried to smear us as racists or extremists for wanting protection of our women. And to the rest of the West, unite the kingdom, look at that, read that on that side. It says unite the kingdom, unite the West, because this is a Western civilizational problem. They're attacking us.
He's correct about this. This is a problem that's happening inside of Australia. It's happening in Canada. It's happening in the United States, and it's happening in a lot of these European countries like Germany, France, the UK. Not all of them. It seems like Poland is more resilient. But in general, it's happening inside of the West, and it's happening. There is a little bit of it that was happening in Japan, and then the far right party won like a super majority in the parliament, and I feel like that kind of just disappeared. But, you know, that's at least my understanding.
All of everyone out here is racist today.
Yeah, no one cares what they say, right? Look around you, look at the diversity. This is a lovely crowd, man.
You guys are out here, you're raising up the cross.
Yes.
Starmer's calling people like you guys far right.
Oh, Starmer, he needs to go. There's something dodgy about him.
What's dodgy about Starmer?
Everything. I mean, like, he's a globalist.
And what's the Britain you hope for your children? Your two daughters right here.
At this moment in time, the whole country's in dire straits. The government are not putting the British people first. There's no housing. There's no doctor's appointments. There's nothing like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Keir Starmer, I mean, if we were far right, how many people can you spot of all different nationalities here? We've got Iranians, we've got...
I think that the mistake that they... Like, one of the things is that trying to remove the label of far right is still operating inside of their optical frame. It doesn't really matter what they call it, whatever you want, right? I mean, trying to prove them wrong means that the accusation has value. You have to transcend that. You have to go, obviously, beyond that.
Black people, Asian people.
Yeah.
God, get to will you, Starmer? Just resign.
That's what I would say.
Resign.
And
Christ is king. I would like to claim refuge in Poland if possible.
Should the rest of Europe be more like Poland?
I think so, yes. Yes, absolutely.
And with the grooming gangs...
I think one of the really big components to this that I think has changed, and it's made a lot more of the support of it normalized, is that there has been a huge amount of women that have taken part in these protests, because generally, like I would say like 5 or 10 years ago, and I think this is primarily because it's mainly on the internet, and the majority of people, guys on the internet that are doing politics are guys, right? The people that are doing it. But I think that now you're starting to see a lot more women that are out there doing it as well. Because I think that many guys, this is just the reality, is that generally women do trend to be more liberal and more, open to the, open borders and, everybody's the same and, like that kind of stuff. Women overwhelmingly are more open to it. And so because of that, I think that a lot of guys would be less willing to express that because they think that it could, mess up their chances, like clearly, right? And so once now you're starting to see more women that are doing it, it creates a cultural permission structure where there is no longer the female consensus around one established position. And now people are free to think for themselves. Because I think that people don't respect and don't appreciate how sheepish a lot of people are. It's shocking whenever you see it. It is truly shocking. They've done studies on this, and things that you wouldn't even believe, but it can be recreated on a regular basis. So yeah, I'm very glad to see this the case, and I think this is a big shift that's happened in the last, I would say, even 5 years.
Took place here inside.
You've got the grooming. I've got 2 daughters at the end of the day. Even when I was a child, my younger sister, it happened with these Afghanis. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're having people coming from all different corners of the world that are not brought up with the same morals and same values, there is going to be a clash of cultures. And this is what Starmer isn't listening to. He doesn't give a fuck about that.
You can't import people in that think that they can marry children into the country. This is crazy. Why? Like, how do you you import people in? You don't have them integrate, and they think they can marry kids. What do you think they're gonna do?
Yeah. We're just meant to like pipe down, shut up, and just get on with it. No, we're sick of it. Like, this is the revolt. This is the peasants revolting.
And we want to keep our next generation safe for our little girls and our children. We want them to grow up in the country that we grew up in. And at times, diversity is not our strength. Yeah. Unity is our strength, and that's why we're here today, to unify and say that we're not having it anymore.
Starmer is saying that your diversity is your strength. You would say it's not.
No. Does it? You go to the other march. That's the diversity side of it. This is unity. This is British people coming together to say we love our country and we want to keep it our country. We don't need all these open borders because it's not the best thing.
Glad to see more women waking up. I think that what really woke a lot of women up is the rape gangs. Like, it's the open, like, I mean, you know, where is the misogyny coming from? Who's doing the raping? Who are part of these gangs? Where's the sexual harassment coming from? It's that when these people now are, you know, like, you are the victim of this, it ceases to become a concept, and now it's real. Survival instinct kicked in? Yeah, more so, right? And I think it will continue to be the case. Lack of, and I think also, like, you know, some girl gets violated and then the guy that does it doesn't face any consequences. I think that's one of the big reasons why a lot of women hate men, by the way, is that, like, guys will do something bad or weird or something creepy and they'll face no consequences for it, and other people will make excuses for it, and yeah, it's going to make them hate. And so, like, logically, this would happen for everything else too.
For us.
Right here it says the rape of Britain. Would you say Britain has been raped?
I'd say 100% it's rape. This isn't a flag, it's a true story. We've had it under the Conservatives and now Keir Starmer. It's ridiculous what this man's doing.
In what ways has Great Britain been raped?
Get him out. Well, look at the
young girls are being raped on the streets. Throughout the country, it's covered up by Sadiq Khan.
Enough's enough.
Through the government, complete cover-up.
What's your guys' message to Keir Starmer? Wanker.
Keir Starmer's a fucking wanker.
Let's hear it.
Keir Starmer's a wanker. Keir Starmer's a wanker. Keir Starmer's a wanker.
And why do you think Keir Starmer's such a wanker?
Man. The way he's absolutely destroying our fucking country.
What's been your least favorite thing that's happened over the past 10 years here in the United Kingdom?
I've seen my country change in 50 plus years. I don't recognise my country no more. But not only that is, I'm seeing how things went in a different country in the 30s, and it's happening here. And
it's the same thing I said.
Pardon my French, to piss on the veterans the way they have and persecuting them.
What do you think your forefathers would say about the current status of Great Britain right now?
Turn the knob in the graves. Literally turn the knob in the graves. Because my grandparents fought for this country. My cousins, my relatives, my uncles, my aunts, friends have died for this country. For what? For what? For these rich arseholes over there.
Over in Parliament. And you think those that are in Parliament, you think they represent
They
the
are
people?
the most hated Egypts this country's ever seen.
And why do you think they continue to get elected?
Because I think they like it. I think they want the division. Look at this. Every race, creed, colour, sexuality, people from all over the world. Look at all the different flags. This is united. This is love. This is everyone, brothers and sisters in arms, for one cause. Freedom. Freedom from that tyrannical bunch of bastards over there. That's what it's about. Yep. People have died for this country. They've bled. They're blood-soaked. In this, every part of this country, it's blood-soaked. Of men and women and children of this country that have fought for thousands of years. For what? For them bastards. F*** them.
At the end of the day, do you think a civil war is inevitable here?
Yeah, it's been going on for years. I don't recognise my country no more.
So what will a civil war look like here if you guys do not have
like any war, death, destruction. No one wins. No one wins in war. My friend died fighting for this country. For what?
I think that there is a good chance that things could become violent if the demographics shift even more And also, like, I do feel like these people are going to be listened to. It's just a matter of if that process is painful or not. I think that's really what's going to happen. I mean, like, you're going to have this happen regardless. Look at Ireland. Well, eventually it will become such a big problem that I think that the more that you try to stop this and clamp down on it and stop dissent, stop discussion, the more that you do that, what ends up happening is that that's going to radicalize people even more. And so the counterbalance is going to be totally different. You're wrong. I'm not interested in people just telling me that I'm wrong in chat. This is not, you're not adding anything. You're just simply disagreeing. Like, if you want to express a counter argument, you can do so, but just simply telling me that I'm wrong, I don't want to hear that. So anyway, yeah, that's the way I feel about it.
To be pissed on by Keir Starmer and his lot. We're going to take you all to court for war crimes. No one wins in war, I'm afraid.
Yeah. What would be your message to the rest of the world that doesn't live here inside of Great Britain? They don't understand what's going on.
Open your eyes, see what's going on, because if it's happening here, it's going to happen everywhere. Look at Ireland. God bless the Irish. Keir Miller Faulty.
Right here you have a man, the police officers.
I know that you're just doing a job, and I know that you guys lean one way or the other, but there's going to come a time when you guys need to choose a side, and that guy that lives at number 10 is a
Keir
traitor,
Starmer.
and he should be tried as such. Keir Starmer.
That's my guy. That's what I think.
Is like an actual traitor. I believe that he is committing treason against the British people. I actually believe that, you know, we should drag him out of number 10 and we should put him on trial for treason, because what he's done to the British people is it can only be defined as treason. He's opened the borders, he's made a career out of protecting people. He's made a career out of dissolving our borders.
You're a black man here at this event. They're saying this is a racist event. What's your message to them?
No, it's not.
Your sign right here says British.
That's Twitter. No, it's not. End of interview. There it is. And I hope you're right. I think you're on. People are so complacent without rising up against this. Well, the quality of living is going down. Do you think Starmer should be charged with every crime committed by the migrants? I think that's up to the British people to decide, but if it was up to me, and I think that we should, like, I'm definitely for, you know, serious punishments for people that do things that are problematic, like politicians that do that.
Christians awake.
Yes, we're sleeping. We've had, our language has been numbed by thought processes to self-censure ourselves, and now we've become so liberal we don't know what truth is, and now we've got to wake up to how far we've slipped. Our children are now being aborted one day before birth, and we've now made this massive imbalance, and into that imbalance we put Islam, and it's been done by the left to destroy Christianity. That's the reason. We're in a hell of a mess.
Here in the United
I think that he's right about that, by the way. I do think that there is a huge religious component to it, and the attack on the religion is something that's done in order to make it easier to bring in other ideology instead. It's like they're not getting rid of their religion, they're replacing it. That's why, like, for example, a lot of, like, the super leftist people, like, you might notice that they treat their values like faith. They don't treat it like a political opinion.
You can have an abortion up to the day of?
The day before birth. We've now voted for abortion one day before birth. There's one case where a little baby girl, a girl, 15 years of age, she got hold of the mifepristone tablet. She aborted.
I love what you're doing, mate. Keep up the good work, brother. Absolutely love you. All right.
Thank you.
She aborted the baby. They cut the baby's head off, arms off, legs off, put it in the food blender, hit frappe. The police did nothing.
So here in the UK, apparently this man, you can have an abortion up to the day of birth.
I'm not sure.
Crazy.
Son, oi! Trump, come and save in England, son.
Now everyone is gathered here at the stage, and I've been invited to give a speech, so I'm going to go on just a second. We have hundreds of thousands of people right there. We got these lovely ladies right here, and then I'm going to be going on stage
Oh,
right now.
boy. All right.
All right, now it's time for me to go on stage. Here we go. We got 100,000 people out here.
Oh,
And
boy.
Here we go.
Yeah.
London! USA! 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 Today I've walked with some of you here, and as I was walking, one sign really crossed my mind. There was a sign today that said, "We did not vote for open borders, digital ID,
He wrote it down.
two-tier policing, higher taxes, loss of free speech, in politics, higher cost of living." Now your media will call you far right, and your prime minister will call you guys dangerous. But the ideas of freedom of speech are not dangerous, or the idea that you want to know who your neighbor is does not make you dangerous. It means that you have common sense. We live in a world where common sense is becoming somewhat abstract to have. A lot of people don't.
The reason why they want to destroy common sense is because they want to replace it with their own hyper reality. Is that the thing is that if you even think about a lot of these concepts for more than 3 seconds, you'll realize that it's retarded. But the reason why they don't want you to do that is that they have to replace, this is what I was saying before about it being like a cult or a religion, is that it requires you to give away your critical thinking. It requires you to give up your rationality and for you to replace it instead with their ideology and with their dogma. And that's what they do.
Have it these days. In the United States,
a lot of cults behave this way intentionally.
An entire state commit billions of dollars in fraud because we were afraid, our politicians were afraid of being called racist or Islamophobic for speaking out against the fraud. Here in the United Kingdom, you guys had young women be raped by gangs of men, and your politicians allowed it because they're afraid of being called a racist or Islamophobic.
They want the votes.
That does not make you a racist for speaking truth. No one should have to worry about where their tax dollars go. No one should have to worry if it gets spent into fraud or not, because we should have the confidence in our politicians. We shouldn't have to worry that our daughters are having to be careful who they go around, or a young woman in Scotland who is 12 years old shouldn't have to walk with a hatchet at the playground. I've been coming here to you.
Do you remember when that story came out and you had all of the typical, the usual suspects that were coming out and they were trying to tell the story about how these two 12-year-old girls were actually harassing the migrant and the migrant was the victim? And then recently this was like it was definitively proven that it wasn't true, by the way. Like, this is the reason why I've said that you should never try to engage any of these people in any debate or reasoning at all. There's no reason to. You can't reason a person out of a position they didn't reason themselves into. If you see two children, 12-year-old girls, running away from a grown man with hatchets, and you think that you're going to blame the girls and not the guy, like, that's not a reasonable position. This isn't something that you logicked out. So this is an ideology. And to the extent that somebody believes something, you can't just tell them, you can't reason that out of their mind. It's so retarded. Yes, the goal that this is my mentality, is that the goal should not be converting those people or trying to win against those people. It should just be about consolidating enough power to invalidate them. Like, there's no reason, like, you're not going to debate with somebody like that because they're just going to lie and make things up. It's like you can't play chess with a pigeon. So the goal really should be figuring out ways that you can systematically get rid of them, take them out of power, and then oppress them so they can't get back in power. That should be the goal. Not trying to, like, argue or debate with them. It's never going to work.
United Kingdom for some time now. And each and every single year, these marches get bigger and bigger and bigger. I think it is time that your prime minister and that your government takes heed to your words and takes heed to the caution that you guys are giving them, because change is inevitable here inside of the United Kingdom, and it does need to be done because everyone should have the right to say what they want and have the freedom of speech. And may God bless you all, and thank you, Tommy Robinson. How did I do in my speech?
You were excellent.
Exactly.
Excellent. Approved.
Wrestling in the mud only makes a pig happy.
Perfect.
We need you, and we need Trump in the UK.
That is the end of this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Do you want to get yourself an anti-fraud taxpayer hoodie? Go ahead and get yourself a hoodie in the link down below. And remember to check out Opus in the pinned comment as well. See you guys next time.
I think it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. I'm a huge supporter of Nick Shirley. I've been watching his videos ever since the beginning, and I'm really, really glad to see how well he's doing. And, you know, again, he's really putting himself out there, and I mean, I totally agree, by the way. Completely agree with what he's advocating for. I think it's a great thing. And you gotta have steel balls to go on stages nowadays. Yeah, you're right about that. And you can list Trump whenever you're done. You don't need Trump. Like, Trump is I don't think Trump is extreme enough, if you want me to be honest. Like, I'm a big fan of Trump. I like Trump, but I think that Trump is like a 7 out of 10, right? Maybe a 6, probably a 6, 7, somewhere between there. And other than that, I mean, like, he's not what I would want, right? Like, I would want to have somebody that would be a lot more aggressive and more open and also like more action. Like, Trump also, like, there are a lot of things that I'm not a big fan of, right? Clearly. But yeah, other than that, sad really, but it's true about talking on stage. Yeah, true. And for Ajidar Trump, we need Rupert Lowe. Yeah, exactly. No, I think that's probably accurate. And they pussied out with the mass deportations, Sag. Well, apparently they didn't, and that was, like, misleading. But right now, it just seems like it's very hard to tell what's actually, you know, like, is this... Oh, my... I might have to look at this. I don't know. That might be a good one. And anyway, Trump, do you think Vance Rubio would be extreme enough? No. I don't think so. I think that Vance Rubio would be great. It would be a good improvement, but it's not really what's going to solve the problem. Like, you need to have somebody that's willing to not only, like, get rid of the illegal aliens, but remove citizenship and deport people that are causing problems in general. And I think that's really what needs to happen. I mean, like, very clearly, it's good to see that, you know, some people are starting to realize that, but I think that you need to go even farther and you need to be even more extreme, right? And yeah, that's it.